Evening folks, welcome back to the channel. Sorry we've not got all the snaz for you this week. PC's decided to have a hissy fit. I think it's, yeah, I don't know what's up with it, but it's decided to have a hissy fit. It's not playing ball. It won't even power up at the minute. So I haven't got access to my software. I've even gone through the process of trying to harass my son into releasing his computer. We have tried that. For some reason the software is not working on his. At least his computer works, but yeah, I can't get the software to actually work properly on his at the minute, not in the time constraints I had. So unfortunately no snaz for you lot tonight. There will be no scores thrown up or anything like that because I just haven't got the features. I'm streaming direct from the PlayStation, so again no PC tonight, so no snaz for you lot unfortunately. I hope you can hear me alright. Let me know if you can't. That's it, just give Chris the thumbs up. In fact, let's just come out of this 1 second. Let's see who we've got in the room. Oh, come on. Mr. Cutler, Rocket JP, Moleman, Toby Goodman, James Hillary. Okay, so we are just about to start quali. Ollie O'Neill, Big Z, Thank BL, Chanel. How you doing, Chanel? Chanel's actually not a girl, or she is, but it's actually a girlfriend's account that Morgan is using. So I will get around to real names at some point. MBG27, Potter McPot79, myself, Scar Wars, Blackwell 411. Oh, we've got them all swapping over now. Who have I missed out of that one? Someone's moved. I don't know. I've missed somebody. We'll get around to them at some point. So yes, please let me know that you can hear me all right and that the stream's coming through okay. Like I say, I'm going direct from the old PlayStation again today, so I've kind of forgotten how to do all this. It's quite easy on the PC. Let's get ourselves on track then. Turn the usual stuff on for you lot. So yes, I could have done with more screens tonight. It's handy streaming it through the PlayStation, through the computer. It does mean I can pick up my phone and use that to look at the scores and stuff like that. Dukes, evening mate, can you hear me fine? Just let me know you can hear me alright, mate. A thumbs up is good, but that doesn't tell me you can hear me alright. So we're on live for round 3 of the Mini Challenge UK series. And tonight, slightly different again. We've got the sim racing boys in the lobby already. Last week we did have two races with the just the real world drivers from the Mini Challenge UK series. Then we had a third race with the sim racers from the CHewitt racing from last night. So the Monday night drivers faced off against the Tuesday night drivers, and looks like they're doing the same again tonight. So Scar Wars first one out on track. Saw this man last night. He scratched up that livery once or twice. Ollie O'Neill as well raced last night too. Rolling around the outside of Scar Wars there. Yeah, like I say, I could just do with like 3 more hands and a phone. I've got my phone rigged up so I can nice, loud and clear. That's what I want to hear, Dukes. Yeah, I've got my phone rigged up so I can sort of see comments and things like that. But that doesn't allow me to look through. I suppose I can shuffle about a little bit. Let's have a gander here. So yeah, round 3 tonight from Monza. Whoa, Rocket JP going for a drifter-tronic in the Mini there. He's kept it on track. He's picked up a little bit of a penalty. So I'll tell you what I will do while we're going through quali. Where have I put those now? They are in Bosch, Blamo, Kapow. Kablumo, you lot can't see these, but I can. Not very well, because they're on a teeny tiny little screen now. I would have put these up on big screen for you lot, but unfortunately I can't. So, we've got Moleman, or Andy Mollinson, leading the way at the minute after last week's round 2 at Laguna Seca. He's sitting on 73 points. Just behind him is Toby Goodman, also known as Toby Goodman. He's on 69 points. Sneaking. Then we've got James Hillary, who is also known as James Hillary 04 on screen. He's sitting just behind on 50 points. On 48 points, we've got Dan Butcher Lord, or Dankaby L. He's on 48 points. On 42 points, just behind him, we've got Nathaniel Golin, or MBG 27. As I say, on 42 points. Archie O'Brien, Sobio 340, as he is on screen. He's on 39 points. Morgan James, also known as Shanel Drew, 34 points for Shanel, or Chanel. I will get that right. We've got Alex Neville in 8th place. He's Alex Neville 94. Don't think he's racing tonight. He's on 33 points. 9th, we've got Andy Langley, or Andy Racer. He's sitting on 25. 10th, we've got Josh Porter, or Rocket JP, the man we've just seen drifting that little Mini. That man there, he's on 24.5 points. Right, so that's the top 10. Let me jump to the bottom few guys left in the table. Aaron Reeve, or A Reeve Perth, he is on 16 points in 11th. 12th, we've got Charlie Cooper, or Cooper Bear, he's on 13th. And then Zach Blackwell, who is Blackwell 411, he's on 12 points at the back of the pack at the minute. But I don't know how they're going to roll the championship out now. We've got the sim racers in the lobby. Let's go and start having a look at some. Still nobody put a lap time in yet. It's a big long track for these minis, to be honest. Andy Mollinson, right, so he'll be first across the line. He sticks in a 2:12.9. Pot's been through. He's on a second place, 2:13.8. Dankaby L, he's put a 2:14.0 in, sits in a third on the grid. Chanel, or Morgan, 2:14.5. He has, that's Toby Goodman, just snuck up into second. He's put in a 2:13.2. So where were we? Blackwell 411, 2:14.6 for Zach Black. Scar Wars, real name unknown, 2:16. I do know it. It's somewhere in one of the chat groups, but I've seen him as Scar Wars for so long. He's going to stay as Scar Wars. 2:16.0 for Scar Wars, 7th on the grid at the minute. Rocket JP, Josh, 2:17.5, 8th position. Sean F, another one of the sim racers. He's in 9th position, 2:17.9. James Hillary, 10th position, 2:19.3. Cooper Bear 11th, 2:20.0. Ollie O'Neill 2:22.2. He's got all the twos. MBG 27th. So looks like he's parked up somewhere around the track for a bit of a sandwich. His fastest lap being a 3:16.6. It does say 2:32.3 on the screen, but that was his out lap, so that won't count. NGR Bigsy, 14th place. Not yet to put a hot lap in, so we'll just stick with him. One more turn to go. Yeah, it's a big long course for these minis. Be thankful it's not Lasarth. Right, stick with Bigsy, just see what he puts in as he comes across the line. Last man to put a hot lap in. Let me get the stream back up because I can see people are chatting. No, they're not, because they're not Dukes, because I haven't had any kind of updated points for the sim racers versus the real world drivers. And like I say, I've not been informed how the points are going to stack up with sim and real. Whether they continue to roll it like this for the rest of the season, I don't know. So what did Bigsy put in the end? A 2:14.3. Okay, that chucks him up into 6th. Let's go and have a look back at the front. Andy Mollinson not managed to better that 2:12.9 yet. Toby Goodman, 2:13.2 still. Let me try and find. Come on, where's he gone? Sorry, folks. Let me just try and find a driver, a particular driver. This guy here, MBG 27. Lap. I've got on board for a bit of a lap. So he comes around the final turn then. He's going to stick that accelerator as hard as he can down. He's up into 6. One of the first times I've seen 6 gear used in these minis in some of these tracks. I don't think they got into 6 last week at Laguna Seca. So he comes across the line there, puts in a 2:20.1. So coming down to this first chicane then, braking. Where's he braking? About the 100-metre mark. Hard on the brakes into the chicane then. See how the little minis handle this. Rear-wheel drive cars seem to spit their back end out, chuck you in the sand there, or throw you around. You do have to be really careful. So Curva Grande then. Heading up towards this next chicane. Let's see what he's got as he comes through the split. Slower than his quickest time at the minute. So through the chicane, again got to be careful not to run it wide. So into Lesmo 1. A little bit awkward this turn. Had a little bit round here yesterday in the GR3 Porsches. Spun me out a few times. So into Lesmo 2 then, cutting as much of that corner as possible. That was a good line from MBG 27. And then all the way down this straight out the Ascari. Towards the chicane. So up into 6 gear, 120 miles an hour. These cars are set at 150 brake. So down into 4 through the first section, just managing to keep it on track through there. MBG, good through the exit. I've forgotten what this straight's called. It's heading towards Parabolica. Where the little mini brakes for this one, just before the 50. Big long corner. It's so easy to stick your foot down a bit early, run yourself wide onto that AstroTurf there. Not so much of a big deal in the front wheel drive cars. With the rear wheel drives, it can be a bit of a nightmare. And he comes across the line for 2:13.6 then, so that's his fastest lap so far. Let's come out, let's have a quick flick through the order. So Moleman's gone a bit quicker, he's on a 2:12.8. Toby Goodman, that's Andy Mollinson. Toby Goodman, also known as Toby Goodman, he's on a 2:13.2, so not managed to better that lap 2 yet. It is only a 15-minute quali, so a couple of minutes left to try and get a good lap in. Potomo Pot still holding on to that 3rd position. Left the pits, left the race and come back. That's why there's no time on the screen. But what is he? 3/4 of a second back from Andy Mollinson. He's gone quicker again. 2:12.6. Ollie O'Neill's put a stormer in as well. He's just put in a 2:13.2. That puts him in 2nd place provisionally on the grid. He'll be impressed with that. He's one of last season's. He is last season's Pro-Am winner in the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Just been promoted up to the Pro-Ams this season. Not done too bad in race 1 last night. Oh, he has just been pushed back down the order, so back down into 5th even after that good lap. Let's just flick through the order again then. So Moleman still holding top spot, 2:12.6. Zach Blackwell, he's put in a 2:12.7, so just behind Moleman. Toby Goodman, he has gone a little bit quicker, 2:13.0. Morgan, 2:13.1, quicker again. Again, those 3 drivers just put in Ollie O'Neill back down into 5th then after his 2nd position. I bet he was quite pleased with that. Potomac Pot also pushed down to 6th now. wanting a bit of a penalty. Gonna lose that. So about 2 minutes left of quali. Whether the race host gives them enough time to get around this lap and get another one in is yet to be seen. Just stick with MBG as he comes across the line. He sticks in a 2:13.999. Phone the police. So they're managing to better that 2:13.6. DankBL also 2:13.6 as well. Bigsy just hanging the end of this quali out in the pits. Sitting himself in 9th. James Hillary 10th. Again, looks like he's left to come back. No hot lap on the screen for him. Scar Wars 11 2:14.4. JP on a 2:14.8, NGR Cutler 2:14.8 as well. Sean F on a 2:15.8, so a second down. Cooper Bear 1.3 down from Sean's time. He's on a 2:17.1. So here's Moleman going for another one. Trying to keep their foot in. Nobody's kind of calmed it down, so it looks like everyone's going for another hot lap. These three using each other for a bit of a tow down here. Scar Wars being the brick wall, opening up the gap for Ollie O'Neill and Morgan. Morgan also trying to get a bit of a tow off Ollie. You've got to be careful not to smash into the back of him into these hard braking zones. Morgan just keeping it on track there. Morgan is Chanel. Don't get confused, people. So any more positions moved about? Ollie's still in 5th. Potter's trying to wear his rear tyres out. BG still in 7th, 2:13.6. There you go, running a bit wide through Parabolica. DankBL holding a bit of a penalty. That's not going to help this lap at all. He's still sitting this one out. James Hillary not managing to better his lap time yet. Scar Wars, he's gone a little bit quicker, 2:14. Oh, just gets it on the sand. Moleman's just had to take avoiding action. JP doing exactly the same thing. So Cutler then pushed down into Cutler's left and come back, so no hot lap on the board. I think he's got to cross the line before it'll register his time. No, he started the race anyway. Okay, so a few more seconds, we're into race 1 of tonight. So now I'm actually a little bit confused about the format. Last week we had 2 real-world driver races, and then 1 sim racer, 1 sim versus real-world. This week we've got real-world and sim races in. All right, let's have it. There's your grid order, people. Same as it was from quali. Let's stick with this and see if they got off the line cleanly. So the lights coming on. Let's wait for those to drop. They're away. It's not a great start from Blackwell. Moleman's had a good start though. Toby Goodman's not had a bad start either. He's closing in a little bit. Zach Black actually starting to pull away now. So into turn 1. Let's see if they can make it through this chicane cleanly. No, they can't. We've got a couple of drivers off. DankBL's gone off a little bit wide. We've got Toby Goodman in the sand. He's losing positions left, right and centre. I think we saw another driver off as well. Who was that? Oh, that was... no, it wasn't. I thought that was Moleman. Moleman still leads. Blackwell's second, right on his rear bumper as they head round this long turn, heading up towards the chicane. Moleman going defensive already. MBG then got himself up into 3rd. Morgan or Chanel in 4th. Ollie O'Neill 5th. Going through that first chicane, a little bit awkward. James Hillary 6th. He's managed to get through the pack quite well after those few off-track actions into first chicane. Potomac Pot in 7th. He's being hounded by Scar Wars. He's looking to hunt down James Hillary in front, getting a bit of a toe. He's getting a bit close. Not able to do it through there. Dank BL then, we saw him get it a bit wrong into the first chicane, down in 9th at the minute. Oh, we've got someone in the background. Who's that gone off? That's Toby Goodman. He's off again. So losing more time. So going from near the front to right at the back now for Toby. He'll be spitting bullets in that helmet. So Moleman out front, just over half a second lead from second place NBG. Promoted due to Toby's off-track action. He's got a big dent in the side of that Mini already though. Got Morgan following him pretty closely in 3rd. Zach Black in 4th. He's only a quarter of a second back. He'll be closing in a little bit. He'll get a good toe down the start, finish straight as well. So Ollie O'Neill just sat at the back of this pack in 5th. Not doing a bad job against these real world drivers at the minute. James Hillary in 6th. Potomac Pot still giving him pressure though as they come onto this start finish straight. He'll get a good toe down here. He'll be dragging Scar Wars with him. Will he be able to make a move? I just want to make sure I don't miss any other moves either. We've got Moleman under a bit of pressure from MBG. He's taking defensive line is Moleman. He's aware that MBG might make a move. Not able to run around the outside there, my friend. Moleman's got to lose that penalty. So the top 5, bit of a gap then to 6th place James Hillary. Potomac Pot getting it wrong through the first chicane. He's now down in 9th, so not able to get the overtake done on James Hillary. He's been overtaken by Scar Wars and Dank BL as well. So Ollie O'Neill putting the pressure on Blackwell 411 as they head into this second chicane. Hard on the brakes into this one. I see 1 or 2 drivers running it a bit deep into there. Train of minis coming through there, that's good to see. Cougar Bear just keeping it on track. Toby Goodman doing everything he can to try and close in on those guys in front now. So back up to the front, let's have a bit of on-board action. So we're looking in the rear view mirror pretty much of Moleman's car. He's got Morgan behind him. Closing in with the braking, but unable to get the position done. What's happened to MBG? MBG's down in 5th. Not sure what's happened to him. Okay, we've been called for roof cam by Duco. How about that, Dukes? So big gap starting to develop now then, 3/4 of a second between Moleman and Morgan in 2nd place. Zach Black up to 3rd position with MBG going off. Ollie O'Neill also up to 4th position. Chasing down Zach Black. Will he get a good enough toe? So MBG's not out of this fight yet. He is only just behind Ollie O'Neill there. So possibly just getting it wrong in one of the chicanes, put him to the back of this little fight. No overtakes going on this lap by the look of it. Not quite close enough as they run down there. So James Hillary coming under pressure from Dank BL, heading to this first chicane. James has got the inside line though. Dank BL just being pushed out, not pushed, but run wide a little bit. And James Hillary's put his car in the right position. But that's just allowed Scar Wars and Potomac Pot to close back in on this pair. NGR Cutler then down in 10th, about 2 seconds back, holding a bit of a penalty as well. Rocket JP another 2.5 seconds back, coming under a little bit of pressure from Sean F 184. 0.3 of a second back. He'll close in down here as well. Not close enough, I don't think, to make a move into the chicane, but maybe enough to close up on him. Oh, he's putting the pressure on, trying to make a move down the inside for Sean. He's got the line. Rocket JP's only just giving him enough room. So Sean F then through then at Lesmo 1. That was a good move by Sean. He's still got the inside line into Lesmo 2 as well. Side by side action here between 11 and 12. So Sean does take that 11th place. See whether he can slowly work his way back up the order. So Rocket JP then pushed down into 12th position. Toby Goodman 13th, managed to get past Cooper Bear and Big Z. Evening, Sean, how you doing? Yeah, let's hope so. Cooper Bear 14th, holding a big chunk of penalty. He's got quite big gaps either side of him. He's got 4 seconds in front to Toby Goodman in 13th. But he has got 11.5 seconds on Big Z. Big Z holding all sorts of damage. That is one thing for this lobby tonight. Damage is on heavy. So any damage means a trip to the pits to get that repaired. So a fight for the lead. Moleman and Morgan fighting it out. Morgan's just got the lead at the minute. He's taken that lead. Whether Moleman can chuck it down the inside into the chicane is yet to be seen. He's making a move. Does he get that position back? Come on, camera, change. So Moleman, good move. He got overtaken down that start-finish straight, but took straight back into the slipstream of Morgan or Chanel. Managed to just sneak that place back at the chicane. He's picked up a little bit of a penalty though. He's got to drop that, possibly running it a little bit across the curbs to gain that position. He's now got the inside line into this first chicane, second chicane. Morgan's putting him under more pressure. Still right there with him. That's exactly where we saw Sean make a lunge down the inside just a second ago. So side by side again. Then as he head into Lesmo 1, right on his rear bumper, almost pushing him around that corner. Then was Morgan. Let's get some of that on. Roof cam for you, Duco. Obviously that's what you wanted. So we're on board with Chanel or Morgan. So he's trying to chase down Moleman, who took himself right into that slipstream. Moleman's gotten a little bit defensive down there. You can see now Morgan closing in on Moleman, under braking as well. So he'll get a good run up this back straight. Close in on Moleman. He's just got to be careful he doesn't try and do the same again. Possibly get the overtake done on the start-finish straight just to lose the position back on the first turn. So closing in, he's making a move down the inside. Outbrakes Moleman then for that first place. Moleman's right on his rear bumper though as they head back down here. He's already making a move down the inside actually, Moleman. There he goes. He's slightly ahead. Some good liveries on these cars. So he is just pulling away a little bit. He has also got the inside line into turn 1. So Morgan just thinking about tucking back into the slipstream, doing the same thing, but Moleman chucking himself right over to the right hand side of the track. Mega defensive, losing a bit of that penalty as well. Morgan's got a good drive out of turn 1 though. Moleman's doing a little bit of blocking. He is allowed to move across the track, but only the once, and he's moved into the defensive line. Whether Morgan can get past before chicane 2, we'll see. Looks like he's done it. Not quite. Moleman's still got a bumper next to him. Does Morgan runs it round the outside at that first section of the chicane, just manages to take that place off of Moleman up into first. Then Moleman still holding a bit of a penalty. Big gap back to third place though, 4.3 seconds. We've been launching those top 2 for a while. MBG up to third then. Zach Black fourth, Potter McPot up to fifth. He's managed to get past Ollie O'Neill, and looks like Scar Wars had some off-track action. I can't even see him on screen at the minute. So Potter up to fifth, dragging Ollie O'Neill with him. Daniel seventh. NGR Cutler just going off track in the background, trying to defend his place from James Hillary. Unfortunately losing a bit of speed there. James Hillary just allowed to sneak past, take that 8th position off him. So Cutler down into 9th then. Rocket JP back up into 10th. So here's Scar Wars down in 11th now. Probably picked up, he was either had some off-track action or he's picked up damage and had to go in the pits. But if he's been in the pits, I thought he'd been a little bit further back. So probably just a bit of off-track action for Scar Wars. 11th place currently. Sean F in 12th, being hounded by Toby Goodman, though, as they head up this back straight. Toby Goodman going for a bit of a move down the inside into Parabolica. No, he switched the sides back out to the left-hand side, going for the run, get the better exit. Losing a bit of that penalty as well, so down the inside of Sean F. So it'll be a drag race down this start-finish straight between these two. Where is he? Which side is he? There he is. So we're on Toby Goodman, just watching Sean F go for the sneak move. Toby has got the inside line into this turn coming up here. Out breaks Sean F there as well. Still got to get rid of that penalty though. We can see someone's been off track there. They've knocked the barriers all over the place. So back up to this race at the front. Where's it gone? Moleman still battling it out with Morgan for that first place. He's got back past him. So Moleman and Morgan fighting this one out brutally in this first race. 12 minutes gone, couple of minutes left. MBG still holding that third. It's nearly four-way fight up here for that third position. MBG just holding out. Potomac Pot up into fourth then, managed to get past Zach Black. Ollie O'Neill managed to get past as well. They were almost three wide into first Lesmo. Potomac Pot putting all the pressure on MBG then. MBG holding it over to the left-hand side. Ollie O'Neill's right in that slipstream. Will he be able to make a move on Potomac Pot and MBG possibly? Just have to throw his car out to avoid smashing into the back. Potomac Pot goes for a little bit of a look, unable to do it. Losing a bit of time to MBG as they come onto this long straight then. Ollie O'Neill and Potomac Pot might come under some pressure from Zach Blackwell now as they come up this straight. Line astern as they head up here. Ollie O'Neill almost pushing Potomac Pot up this back straight towards Parabolica. Zach Blackwell ghosting out. I think just did he have a penalty? I didn't see. Possibly just losing that penalty. But MBG holding out this third position at the minute. 1.5 minutes left on the clock, so they will get one more lap in. So Potomac Pot fourth then. Ollie O'Neill fifth. Zach Black in sixth. Dan VL in seventh. On a bit of a penalty. James Hillary and NGR Cutler fighting it out for 8th and 9th. Cutler making a move down into the first chicane, getting that position taken nicely, thank you very much. Both drivers having to avoid that barrier there. James Hillary's got a good run out though. He'll be able to put Cutler under some pressure into that first chicane. Cutler's pretty good at picking his line choice and he knows where to put his car. So not making the move yet. He possibly chuck his car, yeah, he'll go over to the left hand side of the track just to let James Hillary know he's there. James Hillary almost running it a bit deep through there. NGR Cutler almost losing the back end of that Mini as well. Look, he's kept it on track. So 8th and 9th still. Toby Goodman then up into 10th, getting past Sean F we saw earlier. Rocket JP down in 12th, so he's fighting it out with Scar Wars at the minute. Side by side as they head down here. Scarwall's got a bit of a penalty, but he's managed to make the move down the inside into Lesmo 1. Rocket JP then pushed down into 13th. Cooper Bear all on his own at the minute, 14th, and I think Bigsy's just sitting this one out with the damage too far back. Once you do gain the damage, I think you're just a little bit too far back to get back into the fight really. But it does help try and promote clean racing. Let's get off Bigsy. We don't want to see him sitting in the pits. No offence, Bigsy. But Morgan and Moleman still at it for this P1 position. So we are over the 15-minute mark. This is the final lap. Bit of bumping and a barging from these two. It is going to be absolutely neck and neck. There we go. Just came to it at the wrong time. Damn it. Morgan taking the win then. Moleman coming in second. Potomac Pot coming home in third. Getting past MBG at the end there. That was missed that move. Sorry, Potter. MBG in 4th, then Ollie O'Neill 5th, Zach Black in 6th, Dank BL 7th, James Hillary 8th, Toby Goodman 9th. He also got past Cutler as well then. So Cutler into 10th, Sean F in 11th, Rocket JP coming home in 12th then, Scar Wars 13th, Bigsy's already finished. We just wait for Cooper Bear to come round and cross the line. And there it is, race 1. So yeah, these minis, they do make for some good close racing. Always has done in all the seasons I've done. So we're going to have a few minutes break while we get ready for race 2. It's reverse grid. I believe it's only 15 minutes race again. Don't quote me on that though, because things have changed since, well, they've changed and nobody's told me. So last week, like I say, it was 2 15-minute races with the real world drivers, and then a third race with some of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup guys. But tonight we've got the Mini Cooper Cup guys, the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup guys already in the lobby with the Mini Challenge real world drivers. So not quite sure how the points are going to play out, or how they're on about running this league from now on. I'll just stream it. Try and give you as much information as possible. Like I say, a little bit easy when I had the PC running, but that's decided to have a hissy fit. Spat its dummy out, turned itself off the other day, and yeah, won't turn back on. Kind of powers up and goes through a boot loop. If anyone knows anything about computers, hit me up. Darksmoka at googlemail.com. Darksmoka at googlemail.com. Say it properly, damn it. So yeah, first round of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup last night. Actually, absolutely intense racing from start to finish in race 1. The top 2, one of those being Potter McPot in here. He and Pav 46, not in this lobby tonight. They finished race 1 8,000th of a second apart. They'd literally been bumper to bumper from the word go. Swapping positions all the way through the race, and yeah, 8,000th of a second between P1 and P2 at the end of that one. We did have some lobby issues last night, which caused, well, the whole lobby got closed down without anyone doing anything. So we tried to restart. Took us a while, couldn't get everyone back in the lobby, so we ended up having some of the Pro-Am guys in with the Pro boys, and we had a little bit of a race for fun. But that was some great racing as well, some really good battles up and down the track. So you want to see some good racing after this, go check out yesterday's stream from Mini Cooper Cup. Like I say, there's a bit of faffing in the middle, just while we were trying to get the lobby up and running. But yeah, great racing, great racing. I even got excited at the end of race 1. Raised my voice and stuff. And I don't like that. I don't want to be one of these shouty, screamy, over the top commentators. That's just not me. So we've got 6 minutes till race 2. Like I say, not too sure. So it is a reverse grid. Same track. Slightly different time setting on the time of day on track. So big shout out to all the, I know there's a lot of the drivers' mums that watch this, families and stuff like that. I know the mums are quite liking it, being tucked up in bed with hot cups of cocoa and crisps and chocolate and stuff, especially on a grim rainy day like today. all snuggled up, watching your son race. It's better than being stood next to a freezing cold racetrack, isn't it? I bet. Hot cocoa. Hmm? Yeah, so shout out to the mums. If you fancy getting involved in any of this, I'll put links in description to the next gen page. Might not necessarily get into this lobby, but there's plenty of other stuff going on the next gen page. Pretty much racing most nights of the week, I would say. If not, start a race. Nobody minds you starting up a league, that's for sure. As long as you're committed to follow it through for the season. And Dad, sorry Terry, sorry Dad, sorry Terry. But, you know, got to give a shout out to the mums, haven't I? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see when they do decide to fire up the motorsport. I've had to give people a bit of a fix today. All the racing videos I've got on my phone that I took at Donington last year, I've uploaded those to one of the group chats. People are just like, oh, I miss racing, oh, I miss the sound, and oh, so I uploaded all my videos. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I need to get back to Donington. They need to open that damn place up. Who, me? Hey, I'm not creeping around the mums. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not creeping around the mums. It's all about telling your mates, telling your mums. If you don't listen till the end of the stream, you'll never know. Well, apart from this time, because I've just told you. That's usually what I exit my streams with. When I'm rich and famous, I'll get t-shirts and stuff with that printed on. So MBG27 has just piped up in the PlayStation chat saying he just wanted to say he had no idea we were actually in qualifying when we were qualifying. He was just messing around the whole lap, the whole time. Donut. You know Dukes. Couple more minutes, reverse grid race for race 2. That will be interesting. That does seem to be where all the bumping and a barging happens when the faster guys are trying to get their way through the pack. Sean F loving it. He's saying this is brilliant. Yeah, the minis, like I say, it always ends up being I'll message you on Facebook a winner's quote. Oh yeah, that's what I was meant to do. A bit late for that now. Oh, it's because I was panicking, that's why. Apologies, people. I was meant to get driver interviews. Oh, left me things all over there. Yeah, I was meant to get driver interviews, and I've just been in panic mode because I've been trying to get PCs up and running, and I've literally. That's what I want. Right. Sorry about that, folks. Both microphone, audio, and gameplay are being broadcast. Yeah, I should hope so. Right. Right, so someone's messaged me on Facebook, give me a winner's quote. I've completely forgotten about that. Like I say, just in ultimate flap mode at the minute because I was in panicking. So Morgan Jones then. Quote from the winner: "That was redemption from Laguna Seca last week. That was a close race with Andy." So Morgan Jones is Chanel Drew, if you're looking on screen. It's fighting against Moleman or Andy Mollinson. Great racing, really enjoyed it. To be on to the next race. Big shout out to my teammate Nat as well. Unlucky to not get on the podium, but good points for the championship. There you go. Yeah, apologies. I'll try and remember to get winner's interview going at the end of race 2, but like I say, I've just been in absolute flat mode trying to get PCs running. It was literally 10 minutes before the stream was starting. I was unplugging a PC and then plugging my PlayStation back in to try and stream. It was a bit chaotic, a bit panicky. So apologies for that. And like I say, I was meant to get driver interviews. I was all set up to do it, but computers, damn it. I'm not reading that out. I've been in trouble this week for saying things I shouldn't. Yeah, that's right, Chris Cutler. We're not mentioning that. No, we are not. Where's that gone? There it is. Not mentioning that. So, CJ, evening mate, how you doing? Looks like Chris Cutler's gone for a ghost to start race 2. Have we got everyone in the lobby? 12, 13, 14, 15, yes. Toby Goodman go for a sneaky practice start around the back of the track, look, when nobody's looking. Off track. Pot in the pits. Well, he's not in the pits, but parked up at the side of the track by the look of it, just behind that barrier that we can't see. Morgan running it wide, had a good race against Andy Mollison, coming home first place. I'm ready, mate. We're in. Fully committing to the new pedals means I'm going to be terrible. Well, have you got your rig sorted out, CJ? Or are you just going to end up smashing your play seat for a bit? Having to re-strap it and weld it and stuff. Right, into race 2, reverse grid from race 1. There's your grid order on screen. I won't be able to read through all of those before they disappear off screen because they're going to go any second. Now, there you go. Yeah, James, are you cutting the grass? Right, revs are up. Got no lights on at the minute. Here we go. And they're off. It's a good start by everyone. Bit of a wheel spin from Toby Goodman, I think. Bixie leading the way then. He did start in the front because he finished race 1 in the pits. We've got some off-track action there. Looks like James Hillary's off. He's managed to clatter Cutler as well, both guys off track. Cutler, I think, getting himself back on track, has ended up pinging. Who was that? He's ended up catching Scar Wars. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Zach Black punting him across the track, and he got reset. He's back in 13th now. Cutler's in 14th. He's ghosting out. Probably just writing a little bit of an apology. Oh no, we're going for a restart by the look of it. Try and get a clean turn 1. Ollie O'Neill down at the back of the pack. So not restarted just yet, I don't think. Everyone's still out on track, racing around. I think there will be a restart. Maybe not. We've got Scarwalls backwards on track. So at the minute, the race is still on. Cooper Bear leading the way in first place. Doesn't look like we're going to have a restart. It looks like it's on. Toby Goodman into second, then Holman third, Danby L fourth, Morgan fifth, MBG sixth, James Hillary seventh. After clattering Cutler. Rocket JP eighth. Oh, someone else. MBG's been clattered as well. He's holding all sorts of damage. He'll have to go in the pits to get that repaired. Looks like Sean F. Yeah, so we have got people. Here we go. Yeah, we're going for a restart. Got people leaving the lobby now. So just 4 drivers still ripping it around then. 3 drivers. Come on, boys. Yeah, so the start of that one, it looked like James Hillary was just trying to squeeze his way down the outside, or sorry, down towards the inside of the chicane. Got himself on the grass, loosened the old Mini up, and sent him a bit sideways. He kind of picked up Cutler, pinged Cutler into the wall, and as Cutler came back on track, obviously dirty tyres, unable to brake on the grass anyway, and with the dirty tyres, gets himself back on track where he's already travelling too fast to stop before turn 1, ends up catching about 5 people, and yeah, a bit of chaos into turn 1. So we'll just wait for everyone to get back in the room. Just waiting for one more drive. I'm not sure who's missing at the minute. But at least we're not getting lobby issues, people. Like I say, last night, Sunday night, I got had 2 streams to run. Couldn't run either of them. Just physically couldn't get into, couldn't get a lobby open on the first stream, and the second stream got into the lobby literally as they started the qualifying, and as they started the race, it just kicked everyone out. Well, oh, sorry, that was last night's race. On Sunday night's second stream, it left about 4 people on the grid. So I think we're just waiting for Scarwalls to get back in the room. He's back in, so we're going to start race 2 again, just having the grid order reset. I don't know what to suggest to you for rigs, really, CJ. I've been looking myself. Yeah, it's a bit of a minefield, really. You know, you look at rigs like Stuart Law's bought that. I don't even know what it is, but it's a real nice looking rig. But he's not happy about it, is he? It's, you know, it's a bit loose with the old direct drive. I know I'm not really direct drive or you, but still. I don't just want to get a little wheel stand because I think that's going to be about as useful as a playseat challenge. Something quite, I mean, like I say, I've built mine out of wooden crap. Sturdy as hell, but no, George Kazura, I'm not joining. Stop it. The Kart Bandit. I'll add you in a minute, mate. Popular guy, see? So, where's Cutler? Cutler's still in the pits. He must be setting the grid order. Howdy Cliche, how you doing, brother? Just about set for race 2. Race 1 was some pretty good action. So we have got sim racers and real world drivers in this lobby tonight. Not sure if it's just the 2 races we're going to have. Last week we had 2 real world driver races and one sim versus real world. We'll see how they get on tonight. I'm okay, Cliche. I'm okay, mate. I'm ready to smash you up on Friday night. CJ, you ought to get yourself in at that. Straight after GTTCC, Cliche is having another hooligan event. You know, that was a good giggle last time we were in it, so hope to see you Friday night straight after GTTCCs, and we'll have a bit of a bumping and a barging in the GRBs on hard tyres on tarmac. So the rally cars basically. Right, so we'll try again then. Let's hope everyone gets it clean into turn 1 this time. I'm going to sit myself on board with... where's he gone? Morgan, race winner. Is he going to let me change camera now? No, it's not. So they're off again. Why won't they let me change camera yet? Right, okay, we can have a bit of a better look at what's going on into turn 1. Let's just move myself up the field a little bit. There we go. We'll sit with MBG as they come into turn 1. He's just had to take avoiding action. You can see it's can be a little bit chaotic into turn 1. Just go back to the back of the pack. Everyone getting through there a lot cleaner this time. Ollie O'Neill losing out. He's now at the back of the pack. Where's my keyboard? Damn it! Give me that. Come here, you. So, Scar Wars then managed to sneak through up into P1. He's got Rocket JP just half a second back again is Cooper Bear 84. A little bit of pressure from Sean F. Cutler's up into 5th, although who's that trying to dive down the inside? So, Big Z in 6th, 7th now. Toby Goodman has just run down the inside. It looks like he's going to get past Sean F as well. He is up into 5th then for Toby. Got to be careful through these Lesmos, can be a little bit awkward. Bit of a bump and a barge between Toby and Cooper Bear. Nobody off track again. Some door banging going on there. Who's that in the background? Off that Zach Blackoff in the background as well. But Scar Wars now 1.2 seconds up the road from 2nd place Rocket JP. Both these drivers now 1.4 seconds away from 3rd place NGR Cutler. So increased pressure from Toby Goodman for that 3rd position. Closing in on him through that chicane. He'll get a good run down this back straight as well. So Dank BL up into 5th, looking to gain on Toby Goodman in front. MBG into 6th, half a second back. We've got Moleman. So 2nd place in race 1. Cooper Bear now down into 8th. Looks like he's had some off-track action. Ollie O'Neill 9th, then Sean F now down in 10th. Oh no, now being pressured by Morgan. So Morgan or Chanel is up into 9th now. Sean F 10th, James Hillary. Oh, won't it let me flick to James Hillary, damn it. Why won't it let me do that? Here it is. James Hillary in 11th. He's coming under increased pressure from Potimer Pot as they head down towards the 1st chicane. Let's just go to the front of the pack, make sure there's nothing kicking off here. Rocket JP, Scar Wars through cleanly. Cutler holding off onto that 4th. Sorry, Toby Goodman's got past him. Toby Goodman up into 3rd, then Cutler in 4th, being pressured by Dank BL though for that position. A bit of a gap back to Moleman, 1.7 seconds. He in the next little pack. He's got Ollie O'Neill half a second back. MBG right there with him, and Morgan as well, winner from race 1. Potimer Potts 1.3 seconds back. He's got himself past James Hillary now, up into 10th. James Hillary 11th. Zach Black we saw going off track in the background. He's in 12th. Bigsy's left the room, not sure what's happened there. Cooper Bear 13th. And now Sean F at the back of the pack. He's holding a bit of rear end damage. Oh, I don't know whether that'll affect him too much. quite do it the full speed down the start-finish straight or the back straight, but that will be about it. Should be keeping his car pointing in a straight line. So Scar Wars now coming under pressure for that first place by Toby Goodman. Toby Goodman chucking himself over to the other side of the track. Scar Wars trying to defend that line. He's got the inside line into the chicane. Let's hope he gets a good drive out. Toby Goodman though, he's on a flyer. Cutler's got himself back up to third as well. So Cutler then made a little bit of move. He's almost side by side with Toby Goodman as they head up towards Parabolica. Scar Wars still got the inside line. Can anyone... Oh, looks like there was a little bit of pinball in action. Cutler got pushed a little bit wide. Dank DL's managed to sneak through Rocket JP. It looks like he's going to sneak through as well. Cutler just losing all his speed then. Side by side with Rocket JP as they head down towards the chicane. JP's got the inside line. Cutler's going to have to relinquish this one unless he outbrakes Rocket JP and swings it around the outside into the first section of the chicane. Toby Goodman battling it out with Scar Wars then. He's on the inside into the chicane. Hard on the brakes. Scar Wars hold on to that second. He's trying to run around the outside of Toby Goodman. That's a great move by Scar Wars, side by side as they head up towards Curva Grande. Well played, Scar Wars. Good driving. Can he hold on to that position? He's got Rocket JP trying to sneak through to take that second position off of Toby Goodman. Toby Goodman though, he's going to have... Is he going to be able to keep that inside line? No, he's not. He's had to tuck it in behind Rocket JP then, so losing another place. Dank BL looking to get past him as well into the chicane. Dank BL also looking to get past Rocket JP. So all kicking off for second. Melee of Minners. Zach Blackwell off in the background again. Just like running it wide. There you go. Through the Lesmos, both 1 and 2. So, Scar Wars still leading. He's got a big chunk of penalty to lose. Cooper Bear's left the room now as well. That's not cricket. So, 0.3 of a second gap. He's got to lose that penalty and try and fend off Rocket JP. JP managing to get past Toby Goodman on that last lap, but Toby Goodman's gone for a nice drive out of the last turn. Not quite enough to get past Rocket JP at the minute. Scar Wars mega defensive. Big line of minis as they head down this back straight towards Parabolica. Cutler still holding 4th place, Dank BL 5th, Moleman 6th, Chanel or Morgan in 7th, Potomac Pot 8th, NBG in 9th, James Hillary in 10th, Zach Blackwell in 11th, Ollie O'Neill 12th, fighting out with Sean for 13th position, and yeah, lost Bigsy and Cooper Bear. So one sim racer, one real world. Of that as we head down towards the chicane. Rocket JP going for a lunge down the inside. Little bit of contact between those two drivers. Another bit of contact. I would say that Scar Wars still had the line there really. JP should have kind of known he was there, but he has got the drive out the corner. He is going to keep this first position. We've got a big gaggle of minis behind. Cutler up into 3rd then. Dank BL 4th. Moleman 5th. Toby Goodman 6th. Chanel Morgan 7th. Potomac Pot just bolted on the back end of this lot. Yes, I think it is. And we've got someone else in this pack. Who's that? MBG right at the back there. Toby Goodman pushing his way past Potomac Pot. Potomac Pot losing a bit of time. Going for that defensive line, blocking off the 2 red minis behind. So managing to fend them off for that 7th position at the minute is Potomac Pot. In 8th then. Oh, who's that off? That's Dank BL, so losing positions all over the place. We've got Zach off in the background as well again. So Dank BL, he's lost another position. He's down in 10th. He's holding front wheel damage and rear end damage. He will have to repair that to keep up full speed. So Sean F in the background's got past Ollie O'Neill. Both of these drivers are closing in on Dank BL. So Rocket JP, Scar Wars still battling out. Cutler starting to get involved in this fight now as well. Scar Wars is holding that inside line again. He's played it well so far. 8.5, sorry, nearly 9 minutes into this race. But Cutler, where did Cutler get that speed from? He must have dragged a toe and a half off of Rocket JP. He's fired himself up into first place. Rocket JP's now got past Scar Wars, and Moleman's got past Scar Wars. So all of those drivers gaining a great big toe. Potts managed to force his way through as well. He's gone from, he was 7th last time we checked. He's up into 4th at the minute. He's battling it out, looking for that first place though. So we're going to have about 3 or 4 wide as we head into first turn. I'm not even going to commentate on this because it's just going to be too much. Rocket JP's run it too deep. He's been reset now. That's what happens. He's got to watch he doesn't clatter any of these other drivers as Young Ghosts. He's picked up that penalty as well, down in 10th. Maybe losing another place to Dank BL here. No, Cutler's got it a little bit wrong coming out there as well, so lost a bit of speed. It's all kicking off in the mid of this race at the minute. Ollie O'Neill's up into 12th, got himself back past Sean F. Neville's in the house. He was one of last week's racers. Not in the lobby tonight though. Potter McPot has blasted himself through to P1. So through that chicane, he's made the most of it. Moleman up into 2nd. Scarwall still holding on to 3rd. Both the drivers holding a bit of a penalty. Potter also holding a penalty. Whoa, Scarwalls, what happened there? Scarwalls, oh, Scarwalls and Moleman battling it out for that 3rd position. Bit of contact between those two drivers. We'll have to go back and have a look at that at some point. I'm sure the stewards will get a shout about that. MBG in 6th, putting Scarwalls under pressure now. Scarwalls, oh, MBG's carrying damage, and Scarwalls, so he won't be running at full race pace. Oh, well, MBG, as you see, that's just allowed Zach to sneak through into 6th. L's managed to make up another place. He's in 8th. James Hillary 9th, pressing him down this back straight. So yeah, it just makes a little bit of difference, doesn't it, that damage? It makes everyone drive a bit more cleanly. You know that if you get involved with another driver, it's damage, and it means a trip to the pits, or at least a decrease in speed. Cliche, no problem, mate. I'll give you a shout anytime, mate. So let me go back to the front of this race. Potter McPot, he is still holding P1. Under pressure from Moleman for that position though. Is Moleman going to make a bit of a move into the chicane? Is Potter going to be aware of it? So Potter's ghosting out. Let's hope there's no collisions when they unghost. They are inside each other at the minute. Potter McPot wins out just there. Lost his penalty through that section. Moleman's got a point blim of a second of a penalty to get rid of. So top 3 then, 1.5 seconds ahead of 4th place Morgan. In the Coastal Mini, Scar Wars then in 5th position after that little bit of bumping and a barging. Coming under pressure though from MBG 27 and James Hillary behind. A little bit of glitching starting to step in. That's not cricket. Just see James Hillary's car sort of jump across track a tiny little bit, not necessarily his particular connection. MBG getting past Scar Wars there though. Scar Wars looking to make a move down the inside into the Lesmos. He's got the inside line into Lesmo 1. It's a good move. He does like to use that position. I've seen him do that once or twice. He's going for the inside line into the 2nd Lesmo as well. So holds on to that 5th at the minute, does Scar Wars. He is being pressed by MBG as they head down this straight though. We've got James Hillary being pressed also right behind by Dank BL. So he's getting a bit tight as they head up towards this chicane. Who's going to win out of these 4 drivers? Scar Wars at the minute holds on to that position. MBG as well kept it on track. James Hillary and Dank BL, nobody getting it wrong into the chicane then. Ollie O'Neill up into 9th, Sean in 10th, Zach Zach, I'm sure I just saw you in 6th. I was going to say, don't count on that, because he would probably chuck himself off track at Lesmos, which looks like he's done. So he's back down in 11th now. Then Rocket JP 12th, and Cutler now at the back of the pack in 13th. So Cutler, I think, picked up a bit of damage, chucked himself in the pits, and now he's 18.5 seconds back from Rocket JP, sitting in 13th. Pot still leading then. Got a minute left on the clock. Can he fend these boys off for one more lap? Toby Goodman's going for a bit of a move. He's not. Moleman's covered that position off. Although he's got the nose down the inside out the second part of the chicane. Oh, and again a little bit of bumping and a barging from Toby Goodman. He's just punted Moleman off. That's allowed Morgan to sneak through to take that 3rd position at the minute. And that has just allowed Potter McPot to creep down the road a little bit. He's got 3/4 of a second over Toby Goodman. He's just got to get these couple of chicanes right. So 30 seconds remaining on clock. This will become last lap. Chanel or Morgan in 3rd. Again, there's that glitching. I'm not seeing it in the race so far. Moleman into 4th then. After that bit of off-track action, Dank BL 5th. So, all's changes back here. MBG, let's see who's gone where. Dank BL's up into 5th then. He's got past MBG, James Hillary and Scar Wars. Scar Wars then getting it a bit wide through there. That's just allowed MBG down the inside. Ollie O'Neill's right on his rear bumper as well. James Hillary's there. Zach in the background has kept it on track through Lesmo 2. Good battle brewing here on this last lap. I don't want to miss what's happening at the front either. Potter McPot then coming under masses of pressure from Toby Goodman for that 1st position. Can he fend him off around this last turn and down the start-finish straight? He's chucked himself out wide to try and lose Toby Goodman the toe. Toby Goodman tried to outbrake. No, he took himself back into Potter McPot's slipstream. He's got the tighter line though. Can Potter McPot fend him off? So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get enough of a move done. Toby Goodman, he's going to come home in 2nd position. Potter McPot taking the win then. Let me change that view back up. Toby Goodman coming in 2nd, Morgan 3rd, Moleman 4th. Dank BL's going to come home in 5th then, NBG 6th. Ollie O'Neill 7th, Scar Wars. What? Ollie O'Neill 7th. Why would it be flicked? Why doesn't it do that? Damn you, game. Ollie O'Neill 7th, Scar Wars 8th, James Hillary 9th, Zach Blackwell in 10th, Rocket JP 11th, Sean F 184 in 12th. And we just wait for Cutler to come across the line for 13th. So yeah, we lost a couple of drivers in that one. Yeah, some good battles, really good battles. These minis, like I say, they just work. Close action from start to finish. Right, so let me see if I can get this right now. Give me a second, people. I'll be back. Yep. Yep, I think that's right. So, you'll have to let me know whether you can hear me now. Because I am trying to, good race from Kevin Eck, James and Dan, good race. Right, let me see if I can get back in. Both microphone, audio and gameplay are being broadcast. Right, so just you boys, let me know you can hear me because I've got to try and... Okay, so we are having a 3rd race. Can I find this party? Not at the minute. Okay. So yeah, I thought there might have been a chat group open, at which point I was going to go and grab hold of Potter McPot, have a quick chat with him. That's what I was going to do in first race, but like I say, I was in a bit of a panic mode. Right, I'm back, people. I'm back. I think. Let me just type that in there. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so please just let me know if you can hear me. Like I say, I've just been trying to jiggle with my settings to try and get a post-race interview done, but it does chuck all the settings out. Yes, good, nice. So, who have we got? Alex Neville's joined the room then. Potter McPot's left the room, okay. Not sure if he's coming back for race 2 or not. Yeah, like I say, I was trying to jiggle headphone settings and stuff. Oh, I don't need to do that. Why did I do that, you idiot? Ah, it's because I'm used to running through my PC. I thought third race, that's right, Dukes. So, like I say, it was 2 races last week of real world drivers only, and then a third race of sim versus real. But this week, all things have changed. Who knows what's going on? Like I say, I don't quite know how the points are going to be distributed this week. So how are we all doing then, peeps? Like I say, we've got a couple more minutes till race 3. Alex Neville's joined the room. Like I say, he was one of the racers last week. TS21. I forget your real name, TS, because it's so random. Right, let me see if I can find you. Blammo. Okay, so what's cutler change then? Same track, different time. That's about it. So it might be another reverse grid from race 2. Let me just have a jiggle here. 1 second. Let me just save that. Being asked to look back at lap 1. Yeah, unfortunately I can't do it while I'm streaming Andy Mollinson or Moleman. Let me just finish typing this, Pete, because I can't talk and text, because obviously I'm stupid. that's one of the reasons we do ask people to, or for everyone to record their race. Because then they've got any evidence they want that someone might have done them a naughty on track, shall we say. Yeah, so if there are racing incidents, like I say, we have got stewards that look back at the reviews and the replays and things like that. And if it's warranted that, you know, someone's pushed someone off track naughtily and not waited and not given them the position back or anything like that, you get penalised. It could be points, it could be grid penalty. Too many penalties, and see you later. You're out of the championship. So only 11 drivers in this third race then. Let's see if Mr. Blackwell can keep it on through the Lesmos. Not sure whether there was any contact between himself and anyone else. There might have been a little bit of nudging, pushing him wide, but all I could see was dust being kicked up and a great big yellow car coming back on track. That being this man right here. Right, let's turn that off. Let's get the stream back up and running. Tom, of course it is. Idiot. Thank you, Joe James. Appreciate it. I was just about to, like I say, I'm all in a bit of a kerfuffle tonight. I usually run through a PC, which gives me my phone to play about with and use as like a second screen for all my info and whatnot. But my PC's decided to have a flap. So no snazzy intros, no snazzy outros. I can't chuck scores up on the screen. Yeah, and I usually have sort of all the information ready to hand, people's names. So yeah, just had a bit of a panic. And I was pulling out wires from the back of a PC to get my PlayStation into a fit state to stream with. I'd actually commandeered the boys' PC as well, and I'm sure he wasn't overly pleased about it. He's got a great big super powerful gaming PC, and when mine blew up it was like, boy, stick my card in your machine, I'm having it. But then the software's not playing right for some reason. Yeah, a couple more minutes. I think we're just waiting for one or two more drivers to actually get in the lobby. And we'll go racing for the third time tonight. Actually, let's just have a look at this. Have we got any sim racers in the room still? Ollie O'Neill and Chris Cutler are still here. Mr. NGR Cutler. Obviously not impressed with either of those races, leaving the lobby early. He did pick up masses of damage in race 1 and sat it out in the pits. Right, so we're into race 3 then. It's a random grid, so who knows who is where. Let's have a quick look then. So we've got, come on, Alex Neville in P1, TS or Tom in P2, Toby in P3, Cutler in 4th, Dank in 5th, Zach in 6th, Andy in 7th, James in 8th, Ollie in 9th, Morgan 10th, NBG in 11th, and that's all we've got on track. So they're away. Race 3 is off. We've got the lights on now, slightly later at night. Track temperatures will alter. TS has managed to get a good drive. Alex Neville has been pushed down into third already. Let's see if they can all keep it clean into turn one this time. Hard on the brakes, they'll all be trying to outbrake each other through here. A little bit of contact between Alex and Moleman, a little bit of contact between Alex and Morgan as well by the look of it. And James Hillary coming off worse, he's got a couple of wheels on the dirt then, that slowed him down. He's coming under pressure from Ollie O'Neill for that 10th place. So back up to the front, TS21. Tom, he's managed to get himself up into P1. Toby Goodman is right on his rear bumper as they head down towards this second chicane. Dank BL's managed to sneak his way up into third then. So Alex Neville in fourth position, holding a bit of a penalty. This is the man we want to keep our eye on. So through Lesmo 1, first turn cleanly. There as well. I'm only ribbing his act. So Tom's still holding that P1 then, 0.2 of a second in front of Toby Goodman as they head down this long straight towards the Ascari chicane. It's not Ascari, it's the second one, isn't it? I think. I forget. Not got a track map for this one, but Tom is still holding the lead. Toby in second, I think. Have a bit of this view. So Toby's got a good drive, although Tom's put his car right in the middle of the track. Toby's had to back out of that one, but Dank's trying to run around the outside. He's run himself massively wide through there, possibly pick himself up a penalty for that. He's already holding 1.7 seconds of a penalty, he doesn't need any more. He does, he picks up another half a second. So he's got to try and lose that. He is pushing his way down the track, trying to, he's not trying to get past Toby Goodman actually, he's trying to give him a little bit of a bump draft. Try and close in on Tom in front. So hard on the brakes again into this first chicane. Toby's going for a lunge down the inside. A little bit of contact between Toby and TS or Tom. But through into P1 nonetheless for Toby. Tom coming under some pressure from Dan as well. So Zach in fourth, 1.1 seconds back. He's got Moleman for company at the minute. Alex Neville lost a couple more places, he's down in sixth now. Still rolling on a pad by the look at those janky inputs. Morgan then seventh. Winner of coming into contact with MBG and the exit of the chicane there, losing a position. And then we've got James Hillary and Ollie O'Neill fighting it out. James Hillary trying to drop the toe for Ollie. It's not worked though. Ollie's still right there with him. Just half a second between these two drivers. Cutler, unfortunately, he's 5.8 seconds back already. So up to the front, Zach's fired himself up into P1. Toby Goodman second, so I've missed that, sorry Zach. Must have been a good move to get yourself past three drivers. But now coming under pressure again for that P1 position. Toby Goodman got his nose down the inside as he head up towards Parabolica. Zach's just managed to pull enough of a lead out to block him off. Dank BL's run it a bit wide through there, so he's lost out from the three drivers in front, losing time then. So top 3.2 of a second between them, 0.1 of a second between them. Now almost going to be three wide as they head into this first chicane. Zach's still leading. Moleman's going to go for a move down the inside, I think. Unable to quite outbrake Zach there. But now side by side with Toby Goodman as they head up towards Curva Grande. Dan's right there with them as well. He's managed to close back in on these guys in front. He's got a little bit of a penalty. I say a little bit of a penalty. He's got a massive great penalty to lose. But still in a good position in 4th. Tom in 5th, losing out a couple of spots then. Morgan up into 6th, kind of getting past her, back past MBG. Alex Neville losing another couple of positions down in 8th now. Ollie O'Neill 9th, so got himself past James Hillary. James Hillary also holding a big chunk of penalty, 3.3 seconds. And NGR Cutler is just losing a bit more time, 7.2 seconds back now. So Zach P1. So on board with Zach, looking back at Toby Goodman, trying to make a move into the chicane. Zach will have the inside line. Toby Goodman just dropping a little bit of his penalty as he rolls it into that first bit of the chicane. So Zach's still leading then. Toby Goodman get a bit of a toe up here. Close in on Zach's rear end before Parabolica, but he'll also drag Moleman and Dank BL with him. Again looking, just showing his nose down the inside. Zach keeping his car smack bang in the middle till he needs to chuck it over to the racing line. Does do. We've got Moleman in the background, Dank BL as well, looking to close in on this fight. 3 drivers behind as well. We've got TS Tom, Morgan and MBG Nathaniel. So again, Zach mega defensive. Toby's nowhere to go. He's going to have to try and run around the outside again. Moleman then taking a massive lunge down here, getting that toe, closing in on the drivers in front, but Zach's run himself a bit wide. He's clattered Toby on the way out of that. And that's just allowed Moleman to sneak through. It's also allowed Dank BL to come through as well, so he's now side by side with Toby Goodman, fighting out for that second position. He will have now have the inside line into the first chicane. Zach Blackwell coming out not very well from that one. 4th place, half a second back from Toby Goodman. He's got a bit of pressure from MBG and Morgan behind as well, 3/4 of a second back. Still got Tom right on their rear bumper, giving them a bit of pressure as they head down towards the Lesmos. Keeping it clean through there. Oh, Morgan just getting it a little bit wrong. Taking too much of that curb on the inside, just unsettled his car. Oh, someone's off in the background. Alex Neville. He's kept it in a reasonably straight line. He's back on track now. But down in 10th. The Lesmos are a bit naughty. Got Cutler zooming around the second Lesmo in the background. He's still 5.8 seconds back though. A lot of work to do for Cutler. Over halfway through this 3rd race of the evening. So Moleman up into P1 then after that first chicane shenanigans. Joe James, why has your message been retracted for saying Tom is TS 211111? Random. Unless you took it off. So Toby Goodman then, 0.3 of a second back from Moleman. Oh, all 3 drivers almost running it off the track and into the sand there. Dank BL running it the widest. So Zach slowly closing it back in on these drivers in front, but he is coming under slight increasing pressure from MBG and Morgan behind in the 2 coastal cars. TS been dropped a little bit now. He is 1.1 seconds back from 6th place Morgan or Chanel. James has got himself back past Ollie. He's still holding a big chunk of penalty though. So Ollie in 9th. Alex Neville then after his off-track action, trying to put the pressure back on Ollie for that 9th position. NGR Cutler just losing more time, now 6.4 seconds back. So unfortunately he's not gaining any kind of toe or anything. So Moleman still out in front, plenty of penalties being picked up in this race. Dank BL snuck his way into 3rd then. Toby Goodman must have got it wrong somewhere. MBG up into fourth then. Zach's lost a couple more places here. So NBG and Chanel Morgan go through. Oh, but MBG's running wide through Lesmo 2. So losing out on all those positions. A little bit of door banging as they head down this straight. Zach's going to have the inside line into the chicane if Morgan doesn't outbrake him. He does. He's almost had to run himself off track though. A little bit pushy. Kept it reasonably clean though. Nobody off track. TS brought right back into this fight then. Got James Hillary slowly closing in as well. Got to be careful. Probably not noticed James sneaking up on the back end. MBG then, he's down in 9th, coming under pressure, 8th, and coming under pressure from Ollie O'Neill. Ollie O'Neill getting past nice and cleanly there. Whether MBG can get that position back down the start-finish straight is yet to be seen. Alex Neville holding big chunks of penalty. So he's got a second gap in front to MBG. Yeah, poor old Cutler, 7.5 seconds down now, so well out of this battle. Still leading them. It's a half a second gap over Dank Biel. Both of these guys have managed to make a bit of a break now, so there's 2.2 second gap between second and third. You see Toby Goodman in the background there, and then he himself has got quite a big gap back to TS. 3.3 seconds, so possibly a little bit of off-track action between TS and Zach. It's just slowed them right down. They're falling into the clutches of James Hillary, who's managed to sneak through. So putting all the pressure on Zach as they head into Lesmo 1. Be careful with that little nudging on the way in, mate. We send our man Zach Black off. Trip to the sin bin for you. Now 3/4 of a second back after just punting Zach down the track a little bit. You can see all the penalties accruing as we work our way down. Everyone seems to have a little bit. MBG actually doesn't have penalty at the minute. So leading the way is Moleman still, half a second over Dan BL. Dan actually holding fastest lap of the race, 2:13.0. Toby Goodman 2.3 seconds back, 13 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. 1 minute 40 remaining. Toby taking all of that track there. That's going to be a penalty for you, my friend. Toby's up into fourth then. Oh no. He's coming under pressure from Zach. Zach's managed to sneak around and take that position back off him. Whether TS can get her moved on into the first chicane is yet to be seen. Not quite. Zach holding on to that fourth position then. James Hillary 6th, Morgan 7th, Ollie 8th, Alex in 9th, MBG 10th then. So he was running around the front, MBG. A couple of little incidents has caused him to drop right to the back of the pack almost. NGR Cutler. So not having the best of races in this third race, now 10.7 seconds down from any of the other competition. Nearly 26 seconds back from P1. So Dank BL, while I've been chatting, is making a move on Moleman for that P1. Must have got the move done out of the second chicane into the Lesmos. They are side by side as they head into Lesmo 2. Who's going to win out here? Moleman's got the inside line, but will Dank BL... Sorry, they've already gone through Lesmo 2, heading down towards this chicane then. Moleman's just got his nose in front, but Dank BL will have the inside line. Both drivers are losing a little bit of penalty, so side by side as they run through that chicane. Moleman just winning out there in that latter section. Dankbiel's right there with him though. Toby Goodman slowly closing in again on these pair. But we are over the 15 minutes. This will be the final lap, so it's all down to Moleman and Dankbiel now. Moleman's pulled out a little bit of a lead. I don't think Dankbiel's going to be able to close that out before Moleman crosses the finish line. It's a little bit wide through there, but not enough to compromise his lap or speed. So Moleman going to come home, take race 3 win. There it is. Dankbiel takes 2nd, Toby Goodman 3rd, Zach Black in 4th, Tom in 5th, James Hillary 6th. Oh no, sorry, positions changed because they are all holding penalties. So Morgan comes home in 6th, Ollie O'Neill 7th, James Hillary with all those penalties comes home in 8th after all that, MBG in 9th, Alex Neville in 10th, and Cutler just coming across the line there for 11th. So, another good race from the Mini boys. A little bit bumpy and a bargy, like I say, but that's the Minis for you. Yeah, I can hear people sketching around track already. Let's see who that was. Oh, nobody. Okay. Right, so Moleman's already left. Everyone's walking out. Okay, so we're not going to go for post-race interviews on this 3rd race either. Moleman's disappeared. I couldn't find the chat group anyway earlier. Let's just give it some... That was a good race. Bravo. So I'll just hang about for a minute, make sure there's no requests from any of the guys to have a bit of a chat. Like I say, I was going to have a chat with Mr. Moleman, but he's one of the first guys to duck out of the room, so... Yeah, not many left now. So that's pretty much going to be it, I think. Messages aren't going mad asking for chats with anyone. So I think we're good. So I hope you've liked that, people. That was some wicked racing. There was also some good racing. There we go, kicked out the lobby. Also some really good racing in the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup as well from yesterday. Minis, like I say, they just seem to be really good for close, fast racing. They might not be the fastest cars, but it's always bumper to bumper action. Alright, let's get ourselves out of here then. So yeah, come and check out round 4 next week. I forget where we're from. I'm back tomorrow night though for the GR3 team versus team event. That's always a good event as well. That's hosted by Next Gen. So that's at 8:30. We've got 4 different sim racing groups in that again. We've got Next Gen Racing, who are hosting tonight's race. We've got Mature Racing Club, we've got SimFX Racing Club, and we've got, I believe it's CRT. I'm not too sure what CRT stands for. But they're the 4th sim racing group entered in tomorrow's GR3. So it is full damage, tyre wear, fuel consumption, etc. tomorrow. So a lot of strategy involved. First race, blah, 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 is here. 60-minute enduro, I believe. So yeah, a lot of strategy is going to be involved in that one. Then what we've got coming up Sunday, we've got the BMWs at 7:30 if the lobbies work, and then straight after that, literally half an hour after that race finishes, into the GR3s with the P1 boys. So that's 7:30 and 9 o'clock on Sundays, and then back 8:30 Monday for the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. So more crazy mini action. 2 different lobbies there though. We've got pros and the pro-ams. I commentate over the pros. We've got Hunty the Punty, who does the Pro-Am lobby. So he streams it from his perspective on Twitch, and then he does a post-race commentary on YouTube, which I don't think he's posted up yet from yesterday, but give him a couple of days. It does take a while. We also got 2 lobbies open tomorrow night for the GR3s. Again, I host the pro lobbies. We've got ADG this time on YouTube. He's doing the he's commentating the Pro-Ams. So come and check that out tomorrow. Go give ADG a bit of a like and a subscribe. Go give Hunty the Punty, if that's even his real YouTube name now, a like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, hope to see you back next week or tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. So that's my itinerary. I'm going to end the stream here, people. So you know what's coming. Tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.